Welcome back to the Hydonso region, where I managed to recreate my old fake Pokemon, and today we're gonna make multi-dimensional Pokemon. Here is the two lines that we are going to recreate today. Technically there are three lines, but that will make more sense later in the video. First line out is this black hole inspired Pokemon that I made in 2006. I think we can all agree that they look very cool. But I decided to go a very different direction with this design. So the inspiration for the first line was obviously its design in 2006. Wormhole, a bat, gluttony, and of course Mimikyu itself, because I wanted to have the disguise ability. And this is where Blum comes in. If you don't know Blum, you should check out the episode where we create Blum over here. And I want to make a Pokemon using Blum as a lure to get other predators to attack it, for then this Pokemon to eat them instead. So initially the lure aspect wasn't really planned at all. It just come naturally to the line because of those little moons that was flying around on its head in its original design. And when I decided to make that part of its tongue, Blum just straight away popped up and the whole little design came together, and I started to make like ambiguous dragon slash bat like creature because I really wanted a bat and I wasn't sure which Pokemon would fit that description, and it just perfectly got all together. And I wanted to implement the colors that Blum had as well, but make it kind of still different, so it's more green than Blum is. I knew that I wanted its mouth to be a black hole that just sucked everything in. Though its evolution will be more like a wormhole than a black hole, I like the idea of a lure just have this gigantic mouth and just eating everything, no matter how big it is. Which makes sense because it eats what preys on Blum, so it needs to be able to handle that as well. Bathole, the lure Pokemon, dark type. Ability, disguise, and hidden ability, gluttony. Dex entry. Bathole hides itself with its tongue sticking out. In the Hydonso region, it has the shape of Blum. Once something tries to prey on it, it swallows them with gluttonous appetite. Don't let its body fool you. It can eat a prey 4 times bigger than itself. It's like its stomach is in another dimension. The shiny takes inspiration from Blum's colors, but also add this purple aspect to it. When it comes to its name origin, it's pretty straightforward. Bathole is just a butthole and an asshole at the same time. But also referencing being a black hole, so I think it's pretty genius and it's fun to say. Bathole. And it will evolve at level 30. Before this evolution, I want to amplify this whole lure aspect of this Pokemon, and it comes from another dimension rather than being its tongue, so it travels through the wormhole, and I wanted this aspect of a portal in my region, and this Pokemon is perfect for that. So I had that in mind also while I made this, because it will be relevant lore reasons. So before I finished Bathole, I tried out different sketches for its final evolution to see how I wanted it to be, and its design came pretty straightforward. Its original body is kind of like just a bigger version of itself, but it's the idea behind it that really sells the concept. And as you can see, here we have its other form, where it's actually using it to intimidate its prey or its enemies, and one where it's down and it's actually shows its real self and how terrifying it is just by itself. But it's also implying that this so-called dragon in its mouth, it's also alive and it comes from another dimension, which I really like. Wormhole, boar form, the ultra hole Pokemon. Dark dragon type. Ability, disguise, hidden ability, beast boost. Dex entry. Wormhole's lure has gained consciousness and it uses it to intimidate its opponents. If its opponents attack its lure, then they will meet something more terrifying. It is believed that Molor's courageous form actually mimic Wormhole rather than the other way around. For a shiny, obviously it takes the same colors as Molor's have, and also add some more grey colors to its design. Then for its name, Wormhole, I know it's not the most creative name, but it works so well because it's literally a worm through a hole. Wormhole entrance form, the Ultra Hole Pokemon, Dark Dragon type. Ability, Disguise, Hidden Ability, Beast Boost, Dex Entry. Its lure is down and it meets its opponents with its real form. Most of its opponents are too shocked to move, and this allows Wormhole an easy meal. This Pokemon has captured the interest of scientists for decades. Its shiny and its name is the same as its other form, and I really like the idea of having this dragon on this face, this worm just being dead while you show your real face. I feel like it has this very fun aspect that Pokemon likes to play with. It's both cool but also stupid at the same time. What do you think about this line, Battle and Wormhole, and all the lore that I applied to multiple Pokemon and the actual lore of the region? What do you think? Which one is your favorite? Let me know. Coming up next is a Pokemon that many of you have requested. A few videos ago I made the Pokemon Remesis and its evolution Narcissus, which are based on paralyzed demons. In addition, I based Narcissus on the Greek theater masks. In his case, the smiling one called Talia. But we need another mask. The name of the sad mask is Melpomene, which is referred to as the muse of tragedy. And apparently, according to some traditions, the half-bird and half-woman sirens were born from the union of Melpomene and the river god Aegelus. After doing more research into sirens, I decided to make it a siren and taking on more ghostly aspects, but still being a sleep paralyzed demon. And I wanted to continue the idea that the mask is actually the Pokemon itself, and in this case had captured a woman and it's kind of restraining her like a restraint jacket. I played around with a few poses where it was singing, but I wanted it to be screaming. And when I then finally found out how I wanted the Pokemon to look, then I wanted to find a pose where it looks like it's screaming to the camera. This became a challenge, but I am very happy with how it ended up. Ultimately, I decided to have some hair over its eyes because I felt like it further encapsulated this stereotypical, especially in anime, this mysterious person kind of being melancholic and sad, shy even. Psychomalacis, the paralyzed demon Pokemon, Ghost Psychic type. Ability Static and hidden ability Liquid Voice. Dex entry. Psychomalacis' scream paralyzes her target with her voice, bringing repressed fears and conflicts into their conscious mind. She's in a constant sorrowful mood, attempting to drag others around down with her. All she really wants is for someone to listen to her, but she doesn't want to resolve anything, because she wants their time and fear to feed her. Some believe this to be the corrupted spirit of a great artist of the ancient past that was blamed for a crime she never performed, now taking its sorrow out on others for revenge. Her shiny referencing the more traditional way to see ghosts. Her name comes from Psycho, Melpomene, Malicious and Paralyzes. Psychomalacis is the opposite of what Narcissus has. Here we have them. In order to get Remesis to evolve into Psychomalacis, you need to paralyze the target 33 times, but as a female. The same goes for Narcissus. You need to be a male and paralyze the target 33 times. But we're actually not done with this Pokemon line. You see, many of you said that you preferred its original design over its new design. And I wanted to remake it again either way, probably for my next region. But then I decided, you know what? No, I want to do it now. So in 2003, this line looked like this. The whole premise behind it is that it's solid and becomes more and more faded, turning out of this dimension over time. And one of the reasons why I ended up with paralyzed demons in the first place was because what should I base it on other than that? It's just a shy dude becoming more and more shy. So that exactly is what I went for. The first stage was the most difficult one because it looks very strange and it's very specific in how I envision it in my mind, which is again why I completely changed its design when I made Remesis. So I'm gonna base it on a shy child that is also innocent and almost a brink of crying, with a dash of a dog in there and being reflective, like it's unclear almost when you look at it, because it wants to hide so much. Probably the biggest challenge I had with this one is like, how should I portray its sadness? I don't want it to be a baby Pokemon. I don't want it to look too cute. I don't want it to look too sad or too worried. I want it to look shy, but also curious or worrying. I tried to make sense with applying some dog elements. I gave it a tail because both of the other evolutions has tails, and I tried out with ears. It just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, and the colors was so difficult because I was like, I need to have the white and blue reflective kind of like signature of this Pokemon. U-Child, the shy Pokemon, normal type, ability clear body and white smoke with hidden ability Misty Surge. Dex entry. This Pokemon is incredibly shy, therefore is rarely seen. It mostly appears during foggy weather. Some even suggest that it's the one that makes the fog. Its appearance is somewhat reflective. This helps it to hide from predators. For a shiny, I just flipped its colors. Its name is very interesting. Uskyldig means innocent in Norwegian. You have the word shy because it's shy, and its child is a child. So an innocent, shy child. U-Child evolves at level 20. This one was the easiest to make out of this whole line because it's in the middle, and I knew that I wanted to be the transition period from the first form to the final form. What I didn't expect though is for it to end up very edgy. The whole idea here is that it's a little dude that becomes so shy that he eventually fades out of this reality, and he's so ashamed of his body and he tries to hide it. I made a quick sketch, and from there I redid it again, and it was just very straightforward. I knew what I wanted, I knew the colors I wanted, I knew the aspect that I needed to be fading. I added the orange to it that it had originally. And though I'm not a big fan of furry Pokemon, this is definitely the most furry Pokemon I created. I'm sure loads of people would be very happy with this. And you may ask, why do you actually make it a little bit furry? Like, well, original design had some ears and stuff, but I like the idea that it kind of merges into another dimension and gaining attributes of that dimension, where it becomes less human-like and more animal-like. And it's a teen. It's supposed to be angsty and strange looking. Usually, the fading Pokemon. Ghost, normal type. Ability, clear body and neutralizing gas. Hidden ability, infiltrator. Dex entry. This Pokemon has become so shy that it's starting to fade out of this reality. This makes it very conflicted. Some even try to wear clothing in order to feel more present. It has yet to master which body part to make translucent on will. As a result, it's somewhat clumsy. Recent studies suggest that this Pokemon line is related to the Remesis line. For a shiny, it looks more like a ghost, and its hair referencing the hair color it had in 2005. Its name references the Norwegian word usynlig, which in English means invisible, with additional of being shy, and the li comes from teeny, because it's a teenager. In order to evolve it, you need to have a Ripper Cloth plus Shadow Sneak. In the beginning I made it too cute looking, and I wanted to be more mischievous looking. Eventually I found the lore or the mythical creature called Glavacus, which comes from America. This creature has the ability to erase people's memories with its blind eyes, which gave me an idea that what if it's paranoid that other people sees it, and I want to erase everyone that sees it, either by erasing their memories or actually brutally kill them. Like you can see, I tried out different forms. It looked more like Gudra in the beginning than what I actually want to go for, and it slowly becomes less and less cute and more terrifying when I started to do more and more research into what I wanted. It becomes more like this alien creature that is more psychopathic, which again correlates well with the connection to the Remesis line, and it just all came together from there. And I wanted to be this fading Pokemon, of course, because it's not in this dimension fully. It's just floating around being paranoid that what if someone sees me? Unclari, the erased Pokemon, Ghost normal type. Ability Cursed Body and Neutralizing Gas. Hidden ability Clear Body. Dex entry. This Pokemon is rarely seen, since few keep their memories of it or stay alive long enough to tell the story. Its eyes are not only paralyzing, it also erases your memory. It slashes its prey with its ripper-like tail. It becomes anxious when someone sees it for too long. Therefore it hates catcher mention. It is believed that this is because it's unable to erase its memory. I wanted Shiny to somewhat look closer to the Remesis line, and it just looks scary, which is the whole point. For its name is referencing the Norwegian word uklar, which means unclear, and the HY in the end is referencing being shy. I know the colors are very bright, but there's something terrifying and scary about it that I really like, and I like how much it looks like its original design. At least the design from 2005, where it looks more mischievous. I think even though it was a lot of work, my little past self would have been so proud of where I took this line. It's a very unique concept, I think, being shy and then being paranoid in the end. I'm very happy with how it ended up, and I hope you are too. And here we have all the Pokemon in this video. Which one is your favorite and why? Me personally, I think I like Usinli the most. And as usual, for the upcoming video, we have some familiar faces that some of you who used to follow me on my old channel may have seen before. They are now coming to this channel, so I look forward to that. And those of you who doesn't know, what do you think they will be based on? Next week a new video is coming out where I unpack my first fan mail, so look forward to that. And while you're at it, follow and like for more videos about Pokemon, and check out my previous videos. And you can see my other social medias below. Thank you so much for watching, and Matt's out.